I was born in Kampala, and the first few years of my life I spent there. I could always hear the grown-ups talking about how they needed to leave Africa due to the unrest that was happening there. It was Idi Amin who was in power, and there was quite a lot of, I would say, a lot of people getting killed and a lot of fighting. I remember once we were going to town, and we could hear firing and also tear gas being thrown. That memory is like makes my eyes sting, because I remember how tear gas makes your eyes sting. I remember my grandparents and uncles and aunties all getting together and saying, "Oh, how we need to get out and how quickly we need to do it." One of my uncles, I remember him saying, "Oh, you need suitcases. You can't just take it in a big bundle." When we landed, we felt really, really cold. And they took us to a camp near Heathrow. They sort of like gave us a health check, and I remember when they looked at our teeth and they said, "Oh wow, they said to my mum, your children have really, really amazing teeth, because in Africa we didn't eat sweets." We moved to Brighton. One day I remember coming home from school, and my mum was sat. We will all come home from school for lunch, and my mum was sat by the window. She was really crying a lot, and my big sister Arthur, she goes, "Oh, Dad's passed away. Dad's gone. Dad's not here." And then my mum, she didn't know what to do, so she sent us back to school. When I left school, I applied to go to the London College of Fashion. I did the men's tailoring course, because then if you do men's, you could do both, ladies and men. The college, they had like contacts with the tailors in Savile Row, and I started working as an apprentice for a whole year. And afterwards found that I wanted to have a career break. I did various other jobs. I used to work 3 jobs in 1 week. It was very demanding. But this job that I have right now, I feel like I'm helping, I'm supporting these, young people trying to be independent. We get so much satisfaction, when they're doing things independently.
It's a combination of tears of joy and tears of sorrow. You left a situation where of captivity. We were the unlucky ones who, me and so many other people, I had a lot of torture and that kind of thing. Some of it is physical on my body, but like I said, it's emotional, and sometimes it just draws back, so many things in your life, it just totally puts you down. How I left the detention center is something I've seen in films before, but I didn't know that it would happen to me. I don't know how I found myself on a plane, and I found myself in the UK, but of course they have to move me somewhere and then get me these documents, and then I think I came with someone, I don't remember who I came with, but the issue was, "Hey, look here, get away and just go." I was a bit young. I think it's about now maybe 15 plus years in this country. If I've got a few things to be proud of and a few things to regret personally, with the opportunities in this country, I would have taken quite many and embraced them. But there's this excitement of, goodness, I'm in the UK, yes. So people sometimes, when you apply for asylum, there was this issue of deportation. So you're staying and hanging on and thinking, goodness, what's going to happen to me? I should have gone to school when education probably was cheaper. I did not. I should have possibly gone into athletics. Maybe I was still energetic and young. I did not know about those kind of things. And so basically I walked a blind journey because it was a blind journey coming in. And I was just thinking, what's this called? It's like procrastination. Oh, I think I'll sort this out. But the opportunities in this country, the laws in this country, even if you consider yourself as someone who has just been dropped in, there is always an opportunity for you.
I didn't like it at first, actually. I really didn't like it. No, I wanted to go back. But my husband had already got his citizenship. I mean, he had his citizenship from Singapore. He was working in the British Navy when they were closing the naval base down. Uh, Everybody there were offered UK citizen. My husband, he was a very strong unionist in Singapore. And then he came back here. I told him no more, not in this country. I said, you have to come here. We can come here. But no, I didn't like the work that he was doing in Singapore because you hardly see him. He was always fighting for the union and fighting against the government, all those sort of things. And I said, when you come here, that's one thing that I said, I wouldn't let him do it. And he didn't do that. So what he did, he joined the Malayali Association in the 70s. First, when we came, we were in the rented flat. And that was a horrible experience, actually, because we were living upstairs. It was like a house. They converted upstairs into a flat. We got 2 rooms and the kitchen and olden houses, they didn't have any bathroom. When the landlords they come to have a bath, we'll have to all vacate the kitchen, go to our bedroom, and then they will be using that bath for God knows how long. And then once they have gone, then we have access to the kitchen. It was a difficult life. I was going to get depressed because my daughter was just starting to walk. And when they start walking, it's used to disturb the landlords downstairs. We bought our first house for 7,500. People told the neighbor, I will never sell the house to a non-white. And in the end, when we had to go and look at the house, they allowed us to look at the house. And we agreed to buy it. So my friend Margaret next door, so these friends, these people who were selling the house to us, the lady went next door and told Margaret, you better put your house up for sale because Asians are coming next door. I don't think the schools were that bad. My girls ended up all right, actually. I found that the teachers were good to you if you're willing to study and if they took the initiative to coach them better. And that's what happened to both my girls, actually. And they just, they were quite happy there. And when they left that school, well, one ended up a lawyer, the other one ended up a PhD.
There was no way to get to the airport by taxi. So I started to walk, and I remember that I had to cross through this multitude of miners, and you realize that you rub shoulders, you feel them, you feel their sweat, you smell, their breathing, you hear their voices, and I was associating them with one of the miners who, as I said, hit with the crowbar the abdomen of a pregnant woman, and I've seen the amnios going like a font out of her, which is one of which for me it's an association with hell. That is hell. I cannot imagine anything which can be more non-human and more. So I'm trying to get through the miners in Victoria Plaza. And these people smell of alcohol, and there were these chemical substances which I could smell, and which were very, it wasn't sweat. I could distinguish a smell which I never experienced before. And I remember their eyes. They were not eyes of people who were thinking clearly. At the time, because I had no experience about drugs, there was no drug. We didn't learn even about drug addiction in the medical school. The illicit drugs, perhaps there were in some quarters, especially with the communist aristocracy. We know that Zoe Ceausescu was taking drugs. So I didn't have any knowledge about what drugs were, but these were some substances which were smelling and giving a different odor, if you like, a different flavor. And the people were having, I can say now with the benefit of the hindsight, there were people hallucinating there. There were people who were incoherent in what they were saying, because I talked to them inevitably. I had to walk through them. It was more than a kilometer. So then I went at the other end, in Piazza Aviatorilor, and I took another taxi, and this is how I went into the airport, and I landed on what I consider the Holy Land of Great Britain, because this is a place where whatever, it's very easy for me to criticize all sorts of things, but this land gave me protection and a place to live and to learn, which I'm still doing.